That was brilliant. Good morning. Said shit flying at me. Cheers. Hey, Ray. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Just want to see if this is actually going to come off or not. Yeah, there it goes. Cracking off some of this. I like some of the shapes that this is created. So this is the little cover that I use to put putties down and CA and all that other stuff. And again, I like, you just kind of flake it off. It's got an interesting little shape to it. You can always feel like you could put that down somewhere, do something with it. This is the one I did with a bunch of CA and putty a while back. Anyway, interesting stuff. Hey, Peter. Good morning. How's things, brother? All right, we're going to do the paint reveal in a little bit here. New junk drawer fodder. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I may just do that. Just leave some of that stuff right there. You just never know. Hit it with primer and see what it looks like at some point. So, it's funny. I mean, these things are cheap, right? I mean, I can replay. I've got plenty of these caps kicking around, but I kind of like just breaking this stuff off and reusing it. At some point, it's going to become unusable as the plastic starts to crack. You flex it enough and it just breaks. But it's cool. So, like I said, we'll get into the reveal here in just a second. Then I might start some detail painting as well. But real quickly, I removed all the masking last night while we were on a Zoom call. We had our post-mortem for PatCon. What was interesting about it was, one of the most interesting things was, we generally had very few things we needed to go over. Hey, Tom, good morning. Not to say that we're trying to, that the club's the PatCon is perfect, but it's gotten, versus last year's post-mortem, this year's was, we're dealing with smaller and smaller, fewer and fewer major issues and fewer smaller issues. There's still things, but it's interesting to see how, the stuff that we're talking about isn't this grandiose, oh my God, this thing completely was a failure. So happy about that. By the way, that is all the blue tack that was removed from the model. It's a big honking ball. I used a ton of blue tack. And what's cool about it, I mean, it's actually reusable still. Hey, Ken, good morning. So, but it's also kind of cool. I like the technicolorness of it. So, wait for a few more people to pop in, then I'll do the reveal. I know I'm running late and I apologize, but the good thing is I don't have to be anywhere this morning. I don't have any place I got to run to. Scale Earth. Yes. It is kind of like that. It does have a little bit of that look, doesn't it? Hmm, hmm. It's my little earth on my bench. Earth before landform. Yeah, it is really cool. So I'm gonna be testing a few colors and laying down some paint today. I might do a lighter shade. I do have some lighter grays here. Sea gray. We're gonna try sea gray, which has always been one of my favorites too. All right. So here's the reveal. You know, I like the way, from a distance, I look at this and I'm like, I like the way this came out. Up close, and it's like, oh, there's places where it didn't hit so well, and that's fine. But that's what we got. And I'll go through as we got to the legs, the stuff got a lot more tightened up. So now we've got much more. I got to tell you, so I'm looking at this thing. Looks great. Thank you. I appreciate it, guys. One of my first reactions after I got all the stuff off the legs was, this looks like a leopard print that some Jersey wife would wear, which I got to tell you, I'm okay with. But that's the legs. And the feet remained that off-white color. And there's also quite a bit of the, what they call it, the pre-shading on at least one of them, which is good. You missed the spot. Oh, more than one, I'm sure. Can you get a poison decal for it? A poison? Oh, I could. I don't know. Might have to do something like that. Like a Peg Bundy shirt. Exactly. Hey, what's going on, Dwayne? That's the hatch cover, which is going to be kind of in this position. I am going to put on here. So I've been kind of looking at this real quickly and just looking at the water slide sheet. The fish will get on there. I'm also debating probably putting on, sorry, right here, probably using those eyes. There are also another set of eyes. Where are they here? These two. It's a possibility, though I much prefer those. So so here are the arms. The arms and the legs, the refinement, I think, became tighter. All of that stuff became smaller, whereas on the torso, a lot of it was a lot larger, which is exactly what I wanted it to kind of look like. So that's what we got. Is Fishbone late 80s or early 90s? Both. It is. But they're from New York City. My wife is on a work trip, so naturally the whole house woke up at 5:30. Naturally. And you're here now too. More like a tiger leopard than a calico cat. Yeah. And I'm okay with that. Because ultimately it's still feline, and that's the goal. If it looked zebra-ish, I'd be like, oh shit, I missed it. But I'm okay with it being a tiger. Again, feline. I'm here physically. True. Nice. See any nice aurora today or yesterday? Did I see any nice aurora? I'm not sure I understand. Like, are you talking about like aurora borealis? I did not. I'll be better mentally after some coffee. The pilot is a cat. The cat has a Napoleon complex then? In a way, that is the scope of the project. The cat is going to the dog and kind of like, come on out. Time to talk. So, yeah, I'm totally fine with that. ultimately the paint scheme still fits the narrative. And that's the important thing. As long as it fits the narrative, then I'm totally fine with it. And it totally does. One of the arm plates. One of the lights last night. Most places in New England have too much light pollution. Yeah, I did not go outside and take a look at it. I was on a Zoom call. And then after that, I just kicked back and watched a little bit of TV. During the Zoom call, I was taking off all of the masking, which is perfect timing. All the cats have a Napoleon complex. I guess they do. I would agree with that. I saw them at the Palladium late 80s. Did you really? Oh, man. I love Fishbone. They're great. That whole punk ska movement was fabulous. I wish we'd get back to it. Is the gray area staying gray? Yes. Why would it not? The gray area is staying gray because if you take a look at like a calico cat, its belly is usually white. Party at ground zero. Every movement starting you. And something about pink vapor goo. Oop, I got to be careful because I don't want to get dinged. Glad you enjoy the fall. Yeah, very much so. Very much so. And I read an interesting review after that. I talked a little bit about it yesterday, so we're not going to go too far into it. But I think it was it was not just a work of art. It was literally and I think Roger Ebert said it best. It was a vanity project, but in a really strong and positive way. I didn't realize they filmed that over 4 years. That's impressive. That is impressive. Anyway, fabulous film. I got to check that movie out. It is recommended. It is a beautifully shot, beautifully staged. And I got to tell you, the girl who was in that, it's like she did a terrific job of playing a little girl. Just the mannerisms, the way she spoke, it was fantastic. And unfortunately, I don't think she's ever acted in anything after this. Lee Pace is in his first role. The funny thing is, I don't even know who Lee Pace is. Most of the actors in there, it's like, I don't know. I've seen them in some things, but they don't really call out. You know, the one was done by hand. Jesus, man. I got to tell you. That one transition, there's so many of them. My understanding was there was no computer animation in that. There's a big controversy over his use of famous paintings for inspiration, but you can't deny how visually stunning and moving that film was. You know, here's the thing. Okay, so you use famous paintings. So what? To be able to then translate that in a unique way. And again, maybe I don't know the paintings well enough, but to put it onto celluloid, give credit where credit's due. All right, so we are now going to test a couple of colors here. I've got two reds. I've got a fire red and a red RLM 23. I kind of like the RLM 23, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hit some highlights, like the ends here. The little, if you guys can see them, on the wiring itself, the pieces that are basically going to be the couplers, like at the bottom here, those couplers. All right, I'm going to paint as that red. Can I see how the paint job turned out? I'm sorry, Nick. Let's see. First of all, I didn't even see you pop in. Sorry about that. Nick, Jesus, Nick, it's funny. I didn't even see you pop in. Can I see how the paint job turned out? You're very late, Nick, so no. Yeah, of course you can. Of course you can. I'll show you the two things. That's the body of the unit. And then here are the legs. There we go. And those are the legs, Nick. which have a tighter pattern. But I like the way it all came out with the feet and everything like that. In fact, I get to take some of this apart now because we get to paint this stuff too. A lot of this model is now going to start coming apart. We'll be hitting up I'm going to try to clean up. I might clean up some of the, what they call it, some of this stuff off, get some of that stuff off the polycap, or I just might lay down the gray and just say, fuck it. No, Nick, you're cheating on George with Gundamonium last night. I actually fell asleep on the couch watching Mike. Yeah, I wish I watched Mike last night. And granted, what we did was very helpful and beneficial. And I appreciate that, guys. First of all, look, I'll take any criticisms. I'm overall very happy with how this came out. It's not perfect. I don't care. Like I said, I'm working more towards coming up with storyline than I am with creating like the perfectly finished model. And if I can come up with a good story, I got to get a friend of mine. I'm going to need him to print me out a dog. I'll build probably in December, I'll build the doghouse. I may build it here. I may not. We'll see. But I'm going to work on the doghouse itself. Yeah. Get this thing done. Give me a second, guys. We're going to mix some paint. Hey, Joe. Good morning. It looks great. I would leave it to the next two others on my shelf, but I worry that it would knock my other kids off. Batting them around, going out to Snoop Dogg and the dog. Yeah. You need a dog decal to indicate how many dogs. Like fighter planes. That's a possibility. I got to come up with little with water slides that have that. There we go. I'm also going to put this away. I think it's in here. I can't recall if it's in here, if it's under. Maybe it's down below. Down low. Deal. Come on. Ooh. Paint Sibian. Nice. All right. It's a lot of red. I like that color red. Oh my God, I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding. And since Joe just popped in, did I miss any comments? I just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody or miss any comments. I went down a rabbit hole looking for his films yesterday. Okay, I caught that. Nice. You're a woman now. Ray, you're the one who mentioned that he did a movie called The Cell. I don't know much about it. That might be a movie to check out at some point. I might check out. All right, that's a 0. Let me see if I've got a smaller brush. Actually, I think this might be the one. I don't want to go to anything larger. Okay. I do like these brushes. They're cheap and they work well. Okay. Also enjoy The Cell, but it's much darker film. No, blood powers, the voodoo of your craft. Nice. And here you go. Joe, by the way, there's the finish on the torso. which I like. And I'll be working on the legs right now and getting some painting detail done on the legs and the feet. We're going to start with this. And we're going to put on the glasses. How much time I got? I'm going to go till at least 7 o'clock. The other thing is now that all the masking is off, looking at can't wait to see the finished looks. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it. I'm looking forward to getting this thing done too. I think right now I'm still feeling confident that I can get it done in time, at least get the base model done. It's going to be tight, but I'm confident. Give me a second, guys. I'll be right there. Almost done. I'm thinking a lot about Tim Harkins, and one of the things that he says, every detail on his models, every detail, he does zero hand painting. Everything gets airbrushed. And it's like, even like a little detail, like what I'm working on right now, goes airbrush. So he'll mask it off and get that absolutely smooth layer that he wants. To which I think that's admirable that that's what you want to do. And that's how you feel you need to execute to your model. I look at that from like, I don't know about anybody else. Anybody else not enjoy hand brushing? I like hand brushing. I'm not great at it, but I really do enjoy doing it. And I do think I've gotten better over the years. Am I great? No. I haven't been doing it for 20,000 hours, so no. But I am getting better at it. There we go. Got one of the little nibs done. You can do that. I had a model I painted by hand, like the entire model. I got dinged at a comp for non-painted parts. They were flabbergasted when I said it was 100% painted. I love hand brushing, but I always experience time dilation. Time dilation, interesting. One of the guys at our club, he never got himself into never got an airbrush. Andre goes by Mr. Torg High Five on Instagram. I'm not sure if he's ever popped in here, but he's definitely been on Instagram. And he, again, no airbrushing. Every model he paints, fully paints, everything is done by hand. And when you look at that, to Ray's point, when you look at that, if you do the work right, the paint gets laid down so smoothly. But you just have to know how to apply it. Like anything, like what we're talking about, which paint's the best paint. It doesn't matter. Ultimately, it's how you apply the paint that matters, right? Hand painting is the only way I've been doing it. I need to set up my paint booth area. Yeah, get that done, Joe. Hand painting for 45 minutes with the world. Experience is 6 hours. I love it. The reason I like an airbrush is for bigger surfaces. It's a time saver. Yeah, 100%. But actually, there is at some point, I do want to fully hand brush a model. Just try some of the stippling stuff as an example that John Bias keeps talking about. I like the way his stuff comes out. It's the way mini painters do stuff. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to get into this one area here. I think I got it. There we go. 1 foot done. Well, almost done. Okay, coffee is ready. Excellent. I think I'm just getting close to consonants. Nice. Oops. A little bit of water. I need to get. I actually think I have. Yeah, I got fluid retarder. I should probably start using that too. I've got a Liquitex flow improver. Or retarder, actually. Let's clean off the airbrush. The hand brush a little bit. There we go. Let's get another sip of coffee. Do you feel really heavy after a paint sesh? Do I feel heavy? Achieving infinite. Oh, I see, because he's approaching C. Yeah, because I like it. Just the smoothness of the paint compared to my hand. There is a method where you can do that. I think John does the stippling method with a what the hell they call it? A dry brush, kind of like a large dry brush. Okay. Let's paint the upper ones here. Bend these wires out a bit. I would like to get the red portion of this done today, if possible. And then I'll leave the cables themselves for later. Sometimes use please vent your fumes. Really no G yet. You really do need a better ventilation fan. Yep. I'm waiting on your rake. I'll leave the door open. Nice. You have the stuff because that's I can work with. Nice. You can play with the cats. Oh, cats can? What kind? The color I don't have. I got a tuxedo and a silver tabby. Oh, those sound good. Oops. Yes, I just licked the paintbrush. And it tasted good. Okay. Almost done with this foot. The good thing is I don't have to worry about like the upper side of this thing. What the hell is all that? Looks like some schmutz. There we go. Almost there. Looks like I just got this one little section here. There we are. All right. So those are all done. All the little red, sorry guys, all the little red bits are done. The cable itself will be painted probably like a medium or a dark gray. And I might, after that's done, haven't decided if I want to maybe I'll do a gloss coat on that. We'll see. If you're not licking in the brush, you're not painting. Agreed. I just realized you're still using oil for heating. Yes. Why? Is that surprising? Like the Radium Girls. They're like Dr. Orpheus from the Venture Brothers. They smelled my cats. The Radium Girls, the ones who painted the watches with nuclear paint. Yeah, I don't remember what their names were, but yes, that is correct. Dip into some uranium or whatever it was. Out. Yeah. I wonder if those watches are still around. I mean, I sleep with mine. Joe, I don't take my watch off except maybe when I shower. Maybe it depends on. But with enough light, these letters glow all the time. Which every now and then I look down. It's like, so is that healthy or not? He's from Long Island. He thinks everybody should be steam powered. Really? Get rid of the tank. You have more space for kits. Yeah. The only other problem with that might be, Tom, would be, I guess we would freeze to death, and we wouldn't have hot water. But okay. One of that too. Are they still around? Yeah. Yeah, encased in like a lead glass. Hmm. Very excited. My wife is coming home tonight. So we'll be spending some time together this weekend. Excuse me. I think tomorrow, what I might end up doing, if time permits, is to replace not use the dish for paints, but actually go to um, a wet palette. But today I was just trying this out and seeing how it looked. There we go. And so far, I'm really digging this. Almost done here, guys. Give me one more moment, please. Sorry. All right. Take a little break here. Breaky break. You have gas in the area? No. There is no, we have no natural gas here. Nope, nope, nope. Majority of Holden does not have natural gas. I could do propane, and who knows, that might be a possibility. Though without going into details, my wife is opposed to having any kind of natural gas in the house. And life will be George's moving gas. Exactly. Oh, so your cooking is electric. Yes. Yeah. In fact, I've been looking at the new induction. Well, I guess they're not new now, but induction cooktops. My wife's not in favor because as she's concerned that we might have to change out a bunch of our pots and pans, but at the same time, I think they're more efficient. I have a shitload of Blue Jays. They love peanuts. Do they? Is this something that you're handing out at the street corner? We haven't talked about the street corner in a while. At the intersection. Propane. What are you, Hank Hill? Yeah, probably not. I don't really want to have. I know a few of our neighbors have it around here. We don't. Induction works with everything. No, depends on it depends on the pan itself. It has to be steel. There has to be some level of steel component to it. Being burning than oil. Yeah, could be. She would hate my area. I live less than a mile from process where the gas. Ooh, yeah, no, not so much. I hate my tent with stir, no cans. Only with hot stones. That's right. That's funny. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna try to get this one done. Hello. Our cat's upstairs seems to be wanting to say something. Sorry, guys. One more moment. I apologize. Whew. Okay, take a quick little breaky here. Let's see. When I come home from the intersection, steel is better for your body than aluminum. Yes, but not all cookware is made of steel. Like you can't do, for example, like you can't have a pure copper bottom to a pan. It doesn't work with induction. Can't use a steel drum like a receptacle, respectable hobo. But he's not a hobo. He's an intersection worker. I really don't get here any geology maps. Let's see. Any geology maps? Yeah, that's why I threw out all my aluminum clothes and strictly wear steel now. Right. I'm saving for a drum. Maybe Christmas I'll have one. I want to get a steel drum. I'm glad I went to this color because I think it's a little bit more, it's a little brighter and more open. Because I'm painting it on a it's an off-white, but it's also pre-shaded. It actually worked well. How much time I got? Fuck it. I'm gonna get these upper two pieces done, then we're gonna call it a session. So not rushing to get out of here right now. We prefer stationary transients. Don't be expensive. At least a non-oil version. Be careful. I hate to see you get caught stealing clothes. You guys can sleep in my van. It's down by the river. Oh God, you guys are funny. Give me a couple days time, one will show up. Clever. Down by the river. Always by the river. Always. So it's been a while. I may do the 7 p.m. thing tonight. We might do the OSG Unleashed. We'll see. Sorry, guys. I'm actually trying to. Oh man, wish I had a little bit more magnification here. There we are. Right there. So I overshot onto the wire, which is fine because that just basically means when I paint the wire, I can just paint. I mean, the wire's going to get painted, so it's not a big deal. Riverfront property ain't like it used to be, that's for sure. Hell, it may glow. I mean, oh, it costs extra. Let's take the bundle seminar after my can of beans cooking class is nice. Might watch the new Frankenstein today. I hear it's fabulous. I hear it's absolutely fabulous. Love to get your take on it, Ray. You should be using your magnifying glasses instead. These have more power. These are 4.5 times. They actually work extremely well. I seen it the other night, Ray. Good flick, is it? Guillermo del Toro. I mean, again, one of our, certainly a fabulous, fabulous filmmaker. Anyone like Mojo Nixon? I like all music. Yes. Didn't you just say you needed more power? I'm sorry. Yes, I can find these things in a higher magnification. I just have to buy another pair, which I might end up doing. I mean, these are just picked up on Amazon. Almost there. There we go. All right. No, making sure. All right. And there we go. Second foot's done. Got those little connector points done. And with that, we are calling it a session. So, hey, Peter. Good morning. Just as late, but twice as ugly. Oh, you're lovely in my eyes. El Toro is Spanish for of the Toro. Are you saying he's full of bull? Too much magnification ruins the focal range. Over 8, you have to hold too close to your face. Yeah, I would like to go to maybe 5 or 6. Like these right now are 4.5s. I kind of leave the sticker on there specifically to remember which ones these are. Speaking of Oasis, who is the dickhead? Liam or the other one? Aren't they both? My sister's a huge fan of Oasis. I'm becoming more of a fan of Blur. So there might be a little bit of a little contentious thing going on. Both are both. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, Peter, before I go, I'll do a quick little recap of the paintwork. And then tomorrow, I'm just going to be continuing the hand painting. So there we go. They're both assholes. You like blue? Woohoo! And then real quickly, and the feet are basically done. So tomorrow I'll be working on, or tonight, depending on if I do the 7 p.m. thing. And I'm thinking I probably will. So tonight I will likely end up painting the poly caps. I got to separate these all of these parts, get in there and get all of the covers done. I'm going to hit them up with this Angelus dark gray, which I really like this paint. Get this thing into a final position, glue it into place so that way nothing kind of moves again. One of them goes to Man City matches all the time. Really? Does he get booed? No, probably not. Sign. My sister's seen them like a bunch of times. She loves Oasis. And I do too. Don't get me wrong. I love Oasis too. All right. So with that being said, guys, done for the day. I'm just going to do a recap on what the whole, or maybe a planning session. Get the hand painting done. There's a lot of hand painting to still do. The cat's going to be the last thing, and I might wait until the very end. I'm going to be painting all of the interior details, hand painting all of that. Ray, thank you for sending me that information on the on leather painting, because I'm going to apply that here. Once the hand brush painting is done, gloss coat the piece, get water slides on. After the water slides, flat coat, and then begin the chipping. And I might actually do chipping before. No, you want to do the chipping after the water slides. Flat coat, chipping, weathering, and hopefully get everything done in, I've got just a little over 3 weeks. It might be doable. Color scheme reminds me of Thundercats. Same thing. It's as long as the word cats is in there, I'm totally fine with it. Their songs are good. They are indeed. They themselves, not so much. No, but that's just the nature of people. You can love the music. You can love the art, not the artist. You know, good example, Woody Allen. You can't deny Annie Hall, Manhattan, all the stuff that he did in the 80s. He's still an asshole. So anyway, with that, everybody, stay safe and stay sane. Thanks for being on this morning. I do appreciate it. It's been a fun journey so far on this. I'm looking forward to getting it a little further along. It is possible I will be on tonight at 7 o'clock and do the thing. And then tomorrow morning we'll be back on, continuing again on this. I'm stoked right now for where we are, because I'm feeling pretty good about where this is going. So with that, go out there and do good. Brighten the world as much as you can. It is getting to be more crazy and dangerous by the day. Just when I thought things were getting better, it seems like things are sliding again. So go out there and show kindness and love, respect others, just show dignity to other people. Go out there and do good. With that, I'll be back on tomorrow, same time, same channel. Enjoy the day, guys. Love you all. Peace.